you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing. Where do you come from? Where are you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where are you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing.
Hello, what's going on? And we are live on the download. Welcome. There's a weekly podcast where we chat AI, technology, and gaming from Cyborg City, the greatest Discord this side of the Discords. But I am joined by an awesome panel of hosts here to bring the achievements to this podcast. But I want to start here with Mr. David Wilson. Like we always do in the beginning, we talk about what we've been gaming on and what's been going on. So what have you been up to this week, Mr. Wilson?
I'm sure you've heard me say it enough times, but I have not been doing as much gaming this week because I've been celebrating my 5-year anniversary with my partner, which has been it's been lovely. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice use of the soundboard.
But game-wise, I did actually manage to finish off. You all have heard of Dragon Age Origins, right? One of those old RPGs. I picked that up a month or two ago, and I've been slowly chipping away at it like I did Baldur's Gate. I put 250 hours into the campaign, and I finished that a few nights ago, which was really fun, really fun. Looking forward for the new one coming out.
Well, yeah, the Dragon Age was a game from my childhood. I can't really remember all too much about it other than I didn't like having to deal with 4 different people, but I'm sure that it's changed from different times, and the new one looked to be pretty exciting combat when we saw it on the showcase recently. So I hope you get your DLC issues sorted and you get continuing with your adventure.
Yeah, let's not go there, shall we not? I'll rant for the next 10 minutes.
Jem, what's been going on? What have you been gaming on this week?
What's up, Rudix? I've been gaming on the finals. I've put in total of 250 hours right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I've pretty much done everything I can in the game, and I keep going back to it. Straight up addicted.
yeah. Some games have that power. That's for sure. Maker, what have you been gaming on this week?
Our typical Helldiver. Well, actually, no, we didn't have Helldivers this week.
PlayStation was down.
Yeah. Mostly Dragon Age Inquisition. Been trying to finish up with that, and then a lot of Fortnite, honestly. Fortnite, and that's about it. I haven't really been gaming a lot too much
We
this week.
also got into some finals as well. So
Oh yeah, we did.
finals all around. I will say,
loving the finals fever. I'm loving it.
the finals is, and I've always said this, like one of the only games of recent that evolves the shooter genre. Every game so far has just been kind of copy and paste, where I really feel like the finals takes it to the next level, whether that be destructibility, whether that be the game modes, the general feel, the AI integration. I just feel like it's a game that pushes, and I like to see it. So I hope that their population goes up and up because they deserve it. SPG, what have you been gaming on this week?
Well, not too much, man, but I jumped into Zero Dawn with both feet and completed that fantastic adventure. Perfect story. I loved that the storytelling in that game. But yeah, I completed that in the DLC and finished Sniper Elite 5. Completed it like all the achievements or not all the achievements, but there's a bunch of stuff to unlock in that game. But anyway, and I'm also going to be checking out Liar's Bar, which is a brand new early access little gem of a game. So that's about it.
Nice, man. You've been a lot of different games.
Yeah, more
Cheers
than
to that.
6.
Yeah. I'm gonna take back everything I said now. Nads, what have you been up to? How you been doing this week?
Yes. So I did play some Helldiver while PSN was down. Me and Houston played via Steam. We did some run just for getting some not super sample, but common and rare, because that's the only thing I'm missing to be able to upgrade something. I'm maxed out in super sample, so I need to catch up on that. So we played a couple of games for that, and also on Tuesday we played the finals, as you mentioned. We have the new season 4, so it's like pretty interesting. I never finished the last season, but I'm hoping to play a little bit more this season. And other than that, I've been playing some Greedfall. So not Greedfall 2, but Greedfall 1. I was able to claim it for free on GOG, and I play on Amazon Luna, and it's working great. Having a little bit of fun with this and playing around, so quite interesting.
Nice.
But I think that's about it.
Sweet. Well, we look forward to seeing some gameplay of Greedfall maybe on your next stream, because I have no idea how it looks.
Yeah, it might be a game you'll be interested to play, because it's like the fighting is not that great, but it has to do with dodging and fucking block parrying at the right moment. So it's not too bad. Maybe the Greedfall 2 has a better combat system.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it recently. I gotta be more vigilant on that and get off of Palworld, because that's just a crazy addiction.
Yeah.
But Ray, what have you been up to this
Yo.
week? What have you been gaming on?
So Marvel Snap had a new season. We are Venom and new Venom type characters. So I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap. I've been playing Once Human with Houston Aries. I've tried Frostpunk 2, which everybody dies in that game, and I keep starting over. And I just started playing Throne and Liberty yesterday.
The new MMO, yes, and you made Ray the Dude. And tell everybody your shout out, because I want you to brag about it. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. I put on X.com my profile, and I named my character Ray the Dude, and so they put a picture of the big, I think the Balboski or whatever, the dude, and it was pretty funny. They went the dude. So yeah, shout out to the Thorn and Liberty devs. Thank you.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. And Mr. Vet's Loadout. PS
Yo,
Vet,
what's up?
Mister, how you been
Yes.
doing? What's been on the gaming roster this week?
Not too much. I totaled my vehicle Tuesday night, killed 2 deer, Wednesday night. Been playing Fortnite, Lego Fortnite, because they just added like four. They're going to be adding, in the process of adding 4 new Lego worlds or islands. They just added one yesterday, and then they've got a bunch that are branched out via throughout October. The first one's like a dream world versus nightmare chasers or something, but it's an 8v8 PvP type game, and a game that was built inside Fortnite, so it's actually pretty cool. Pretty fast paced, enjoyable. And then I got back into playing some Minecraft, and I jumped into the new what is that, the Throne and Liberty, or Liberty America, I don't know what it's called, but I checked that out. I actually liked that one. I had fun playing for the little bit that I did play. And that's about it. I had to cancel my sports show Tuesday due to unrelated circumstances, and then so Ray and I will have that back again next Tuesday.
Well, I look forward to getting the invite as I take the crown of being the best fantasy footballer out there. So
Bullshit.
What?
Pardon me.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
well, Ray,
I'm just checking.
you said it this morning. I got the best deal out of the last trade. All right, Ray traded me Williams for Baker Mayfield, and now I have Baker Mayfield. So I'm riding high on the points. And London, oh my God, triple the predicted points. But this is not a Final Fantasy. I keep saying that.
No.
It is not a fantasy football
Fantasy football.
podcast. This is a gaming and tech podcast. So
Dude,
let's
if you
get
win,
into it.
it might be the final time you're invited.
Yeah. Nah. Of course, I'll be welcomed back with opening arms and trophies galore. But let's talk about Unreal Engine, okay? Unreal Engine is constantly pushing games way past the capabilities of the majority of PCs out there. My console, his console, and forget about the Switch, all right? They need to slow down on Unreal Engine 5, in my opinion, and really up the hardware, or cloudware, which I'm going to be TMing soon, and really start helping these things out. But what we got was an Unreal Engine presentation which went over megalights, a new feature that allows developers to use significantly more light sources. Who wanted more light sourcing? I thought we had path tracing. What's going on here? Nanites for skeleton meshes, because I guess regular manites weren't enough. They needed nanites. They needed to go that extra layer of visualizing geometry systems. So it now supports skeleton meshes, which I guess are going to make animations that much smoother through their enhanced animation tools. So there's so much that went on with Unreal Engine and their new update. But I'm going to get to the panel and see what their thoughts on what's happening with Unreal Engine 5. Do you think we honestly need more light, more shadows? Because I think they're just killing us with the light these days. Like, I get the animations, that makes sense to me, but the lighting is just a pain point for me. So let's touch on the panel. We'll start at the top, and then we'll make our way down and go through some different topics. So Wilson, Unreal Engine 5, as a gamer, do you think that you need more lighting in your gaming experience?
Yeah, so I can only answer this as a gamer. I can't really give you any type of technical perspective. I have no idea really why they're doing it. The only thing I can say from what I see is I think maybe they've cracked the lighting right. 10 years ago, everyone was going for realer and realer and realer graphics, right? We wanted to make everything realistic. And I think we got kind of realistic to the point where it was like, oh, well, that's cool, but what can we do that really impresses us in the background? And lighting became the next focus. I don't know. I feel like they're saying, like, they use it as, I don't know, it's like the main way they like to play with the art is experiment with the lighting. I mean, you know what it's like as a game photographer, right? You love dialing in the lighting. It's one of the most appealing aspects to your photography. So maybe it's just the same from a developer perspective. But I don't think they need it necessarily. I mean, as you say, look at all the stuff that we've currently got with Unreal 5, as well as many other games that are just coming out today. I mean, lighting is almost down to a T, you would say, especially when things like ray tracing and path tracing come into it.
I would have to agree with what you're saying here. And I want to get now switching from a gamer to someone who has seen behind the game a little bit here. Jem, do you have any comments on Unreal Engine 5.5? I don't want to pigeonhole you to just lighting because I know you may have more to say on the update that I could comprehend. But anything you want to comment on this update? And how you feel about it?
So in the recent Unreal Engine when Unreal Engine 5 came out, they introduced Nanite for like terrain and objects and models, which has been a huge performance boost for large games. And with the 5.5 update, they've announced Nanite for skeletal meshes. So that means like we can now have more skeletal objects, like for example players and other multiplayer players, or more specifically like dealing with AI characters and how if you shoot them, for example, in the arm, they'll react to it, whatever. So there'll be more of that on screen. So overall, it's a nice, huge performance boost. So yeah.
Nice, thanks for the input. Maker, I see you're on mute, but oh, okay. Did you want to say anything on the Unreal Engine 5.5?
I just think that they're just going to continue making better systems for these things, and I think it's good to have even better lighting. Just to me, for example, stuff like Cyberpunk that utilizes it really well. Um, just it does a great job for like making you feel like you're in that world, especially with some of the best ray tracing out there.
Yeah, the path tracing is now production ready, providing high quality, physically accurate rendering for realistic lighting and shadows. So, Cyberpunk essentially demoed this new technology that is now ready for Unreal Engine 5.5. So, lastly, we'll let SPG touch on Unreal Engine update, and then we'll jump into the next topic. But did you want to say something on this bad boy?
Yeah, you touched on lighting for a second. Lighting is absolutely like very important, man. You can take okay graphics and put them under the correct lighting and set the stage or the scene, and you can make it look incredibly realistic with low like polygons and shit. So lighting is extremely important. I can understand why they put the work in, but what you're looking at is a set of tools that are baked in now. So any developer that's messing around can jump right in and start messing with these things. That's the like incredible part about this stuff. Before you would want something in an engine, you had to make it. Like this stuff is baked in, so all kinds of games are going to be like have access to this stuff. So it's quite incredible. Now, will you be able to experience all this on consoles? Maybe not this gen, but the stuff that's coming from Unreal 5 is going to be incredible. Not only can you make these games and set lighting and make everything look fantastic, but you can also damn near make a movie within it as well. So this opens the possibility for all kinds of things heading down the line.
Well, awesome. Thank you, panel, for your insight into the Unreal Engine 5.5. Now I want to jump into a topic that everybody should be knowing and hearing all about. And that is the ever-changing status of Assassin's Creed Shadows. So we're getting word that the Assassin's Creed Shadow co-op mode is now in development, and that is why we were seeing the delay that is getting pushed into February 14th, 2025. The co-op mode will leverage the distinct abilities of the two characters, with Noi focusing on stealth and Damn it.
Yasuke.
Yasuke. On combat, requiring players to strategize together. So, do you think this is a... I want to ask the panel, and we'll start with Ray. Do you think this is a legit excuse? Or do you think that they just delayed because Ghost of Yotai blew everyone out of the water and it is pretty damn good?
Dude, I think there's like maybe about 4 reasons, and one could be, holy crap, did you see the game that Jay just showed off? Two, money wise, they need to push it back. They can't take another loss, man. They can't take a loss, not another loss, and then probably pushing it back. Probably, yes, work on co-op, but also probably work on some other stuff because they do have other games that are coming, and so I think they kind of pushed it back to work on other games, and those are just my opinion.
All right, and we'll take it
Hold on. I have a question for
Yeah.
you, Rudix. Hold on. I
Go
know
for
you're
it.
bringing this to the panel and everything, but what do you think? Do you think 3 or 4 months is enough time to shoehorn in a multiplayer element to this game and have it be something that's worthwhile?
Oh, definitely not. I think shoehorning multiplayer into this game, into a game that is not necessarily made for it, is breaking it on all sorts of levels. I can just see the faucet sort of breaking down the pipeline, and bringing 2 players into this world breaks this, glitching into mountains, glitching into structures. I'm now more worried for this game than ever, hearing that they're bringing co-op into it. Assassin's Creed has not done well with co-op either. The notorious famous one where they did bring Assassin's Creed, I believe it was called Unity. The co-op was received
What,
well by anyone who
what about
played it.
Syndicate? What was
Can I
Syndicate?
clarify?
What
It
was
did not
Syndicate?
sell well. It did not last long. But yeah, you
Is
want to
it
clarify?
online or is it couch co-op?
Um,
That's a bit of a distinction that I'm curious on.
The
Right.
co-op will leverage the distinct abilities of the 2 characters, so they'll be able to strategize together on combat. So essentially, it's codenamed the League, and it will be allowing 2 players to team up and control the game's protagonists.
Even if they wanted to polish this game, I don't think 3 months is enough to polish or actually change any of the mechanics that they may be looking at changing. I think they're in trouble. I do. And they have to make this work. This is one of their big bread and butters, and this shores up the bottom line. This has to be a success. And maybe it's a great game right now, but has some bugs they want to clear up. All right, maybe they could do that in 3 months. But adding a core element like multiplayer and have it be well thought out and well implemented is almost impossible in that time frame. This is a smokescreen.
Jem, do you think 3 months is enough to add co-op? If
Yeah, when I saw the report, I was like, there's not enough time to add co-op. So, but if they're gonna pull it off, I feel like this was planned way before, and we're just finding it now.
you don't, okay. But in your mind, do you think if they were going to bring the first, like an Assassin's Creed that had a fully co-op story mode, they wouldn't have told us from the beginning on pre-order? Mention that in the description. They,
And well, Ubisoft hasn't really announced the co-op mode. It could just be a rumor. It's like I agree
okay.
with you. Like, if you were working on it, you should announce it, advertise it, because it is an interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft does have a history of adding co-op to their previous Assassin's Creed games. I don't know if it'll be great or not, but I love co-op in general. So if they could pull it off, then good for them. And also, it means double sales. You know, you buy the game and you want your friend to play it. That's another sale right there.
I
Yeah,
think that if they
exactly.
were going to have co-op, the game was so close to coming out, we would have heard of co-op by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if they're straight up started co-op, like working co-op right now, and their new release date was what, February?
February 14th.
Yeah, like I'm expecting the co-op to be either like 5 missions or it's gonna be awful. Like there's not enough time at all.
The
What
original source
what
of the information was Insider Gaming, and they said that Assassin's Creed Shadows currently has a co-op mode in development, which is scheduled to release post-launch. The new co-op game mode, codenamed League, is under development at Ubisoft, but doesn't have a set release date due to the game's recent postponement. So the things that we're talking about, how it might be linked to the co-op, yeah, it is rumor milly. And again, this is an exclusive from Insider Gaming, so Ubisoft haven't gave any confirmation of the co-op mode. It may have been something they intended much later after launch. Who knows? But I just wanted to give
yeah,
some details.
So post
that's what
launch
I was
means
thinking.
after launch, right?
It
Yeah.
does,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
does.
so
That's what Insider
I can
Gaming is
believe.
saying.
That I can absolutely believe. If it's after launch, I
Mhm.
can believe that.
I mean, especially with like Assassin's Creed Valhalla having so many updates, like they added like the roguelite mode in Valhalla and like a bunch of other DLCs like for free. So I definitely could see them working on this and releasing it, post launch. Whether or not they were planning on releasing it on launch in November, that might affect whether or not it'll be ready by the release of, back in February, since it's been delayed 3 months.
Well, whatever the reason, I hope that they do add a fully co-op mode, and like Jem alluded to, I hoped it was initially baked in from the beginning, because I do think that would be an interesting combination. And I would have a lot of fun finding someone to play. Damn it, I had it loaded in my head and I can't say his goddamn name.
Yasuke.
Yasuke. And then I would be Noi, because I just want to be the shinobi. But I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would bring another dimension to the game that would make it more than it is right now. So
Yeah, I think this rumor dropped because any good press right now is worth a lot to them, and getting somebody excited for multiplayer it would be a good thing, or should be a good thing, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Just so you know, they've done stuff multiplayer and co-op in the past, folks. Just saying.
Right. Unity, Syndicate, a couple- Brotherhood, I think was their first dive into it.
Rudix, did you ever play Unity?
I never played Unity, but I did. Yes, I played the co-op on Unity because it was on Stadia, I believe.
Yes.
Now I
and it
remember
ran
flashing by in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, and it ran good on Stadia, but it was a very old game. But when that game came out, there was so many NPCs on the screen at one time, and then they added
Yes.
multiplayer. It just couldn't handle it. The tech at the time couldn't.
Yeah, it was a sea of NPCs. Oh, well, I wish the best for Ubisoft. They definitely need a win, especially with Tencent sort of biting at the toe. See, there where it says play as Noi, play as Yaku's, well, I'm gonna call him Y. It doesn't show like co-op was kind of built in there. But that's my take on it. The one thing I will say watching this gameplay, what I feel like Assassin's Creed should do is go more of the Ghosts of Tsushima route. Get rid of the health bars. Like, show it physically on the enemy how much damage you're doing. I just think we're at a stage where we need to ditch health bars. And we want to be more immersive. And especially in a game like that. That would be my one comment on this. But I'm just a critic. All right, next topic, which is kind of connected, and that's why I have them beside each other. But did you guys hear that Tencent is considering buying out Ubisoft?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
entirely surprised. Tencent have their finger on a lot of pies in the industry. Like it would surprise you if you went and found out all the pies that they had their fingers in. They've got access to a lot of different shares and you know what I mean.
yeah, they
They're
own
everywhere.
some of FromSoft as well. The
They're
potential buyout, Tencent and the Guillemot family are considering a potential buyout of Ubisoft to stabilize the company after a significant drop in its market value. So buy it when the shares are low, right? They're exploring various options, including a private company to bolster the value of Ubisoft. And following the news, Ubisoft surged over 30%. So, wow. Buying Ubisoft a week ago would have netted you a 30% gain. Crazy. Crazy how the economy works and how rumors and stipulations can just soar prices. So, my question to the panel, and we'll start with the random picker that I have here. Do you think that Ubisoft will be better off if Tencent buys it, or worse off? Independent or owned by a big conglomerate? Ray, how do you feel
Money,
about this?
money. Get somebody big. I'll go independent. Just get somebody big. Get somebody to handle it. And take over. Dude, I've been a Ubisoft fan all my life. I remember Wildlands. I remember the early Assassin's Creeds, Rayman. I don't want to see this company go belly up. Somebody please save it.
Somebody please save it. That's a good line. Tencent may be answering that call. You know, one time I made beer with a cannabis infused beer with the creator of the very first Assassin's Creed. It was a fun afternoon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember talking to him, sipping the beer and being like, you know, I love that first Assassin's Creed. And he was like, oh yeah, I was pretty young when I made that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a cool day. But anyways, I digress. Let's get into it. Maker, give me your opinion on this one. If you're available, what do you think is going on with Tencent here? Do you think it's better for Ubisoft to just bite the bullet and take what Tencent is giving, which will probably be layoffs and reduction? What's your thoughts on this one?
I think it depends. If it means the survival of Ubisoft, then I'd say take it. But it depends. To me, Ubisoft's been in a kind of a bad spot for a while. They haven't been meeting projections on almost all their games since probably Valhalla, and it's just it's a mess right now. And you never know. Maybe this is what they need is new leadership, new blood, I guess. Putting their hands in things, but I'm not there. I wouldn't be able to say.
No, I hear you. It's an interesting case. But I mean, Tencent has made companies, accelerate. They haven't, destroyed, say, From Software. They haven't destroyed other companies they've taken a part of. So I think it's only going to be good for Ubisoft. I think right now they're honestly maybe too reckless and they need reining in. They're too big. They're making too much weird things, and they just need to hone in, focus in, and make great titles again, how it started.
But do you remember that a few years ago, while we were all Stadians, they actually put themselves up on the market and publicly announced big style that they wanted to be bought? I think they've known somewhat for a couple of years that they're a bit directionless and could do with a guiding hand like Microsoft, like even Tencent, which
I
I
think
don't like to say, but
I
they've
think
been aware.
Ubisoft's in
I
trouble.
think.
They're a giant bloated entity. They
Mhm.
are. They're massive. And not maybe Tencent could buy them, maybe somebody could shore it up and give them new leadership, but not only are they looking at, hey, will somebody maybe possibly buy me, but they're about to have a hostile takeover from within. Their shareholders are not happy. They're out for blood. They want to figure out, and they're doing investigations and everything else. So I don't know. Maybe it's not I mean, financially, what do you think that they would pay for Ubisoft at this point?
Well, here's a thought. Also, do we also not forget that they own Ubisoft as a whole owns all of the exclusive rights to Activision and Blizzard for the cloud. What would another company to buy out Ubisoft pay to acquire all of that as well?
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, well, that was the part of the agreement, correct? Like
Pe-
they
pe-
couldn't have
people
the
for
access to the,
well, that's
or
the thing.
Microsoft couldn't.
Well, people forget that Ubisoft owns everything that has been made, every Activision Blizzard game up until that in the past, and then going forward till I think the year like I don't remember. It's like 15 years or something like that into the future. But you have all of that. So whoever were to buy out Ubisoft now owns all the Activision games, all the Blizzard games from the past. But it was into the cloud, right? But let's be real, that's all the Call of Duty games you can put into the cloud now. You
All
can
right,
license
all
those
right.
out.
Now
Just to
I'm
clarify on
convinced.
what he's bringing up. In
It's
August, Ubisoft announced an agreement, and this is last year, an agreement with Microsoft granting the publisher the perpetual cloud streaming rights for Call of Duty and all other current Activision Blizzard games, and those released over the next 15 years once Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard is complete.
Yeah, I'm convinced
so-
now. They're like the banks here in America. They're too big to fail now.
Yeah, that's
Well,
it. Someone has to own them. Someone has to succeed with them, even if they don't know what they're doing. Like they're too big to fail. Exactly. It's gonna go
Right.
somewhere.
But that's the thing is how much do you think Ubisoft the shareholders know that? Shareholders know we've got the upper hand with that cloud tech or with the cloud gaming. And we know their cloud stuff has worked. We know we've all used that. We were in the cloud gaming community with Stadia. We've seen how well their games can run on cloud services. But to have access to all the Call of Duty stuff and to be able to garner that as a licensed out to, cloud services, somebody's going to bite out, and I think and I agree, it would be Tencent. Tencent would be stupid not to try to go after that, especially because who owns Call of Duty Mobile? Tencent. What's the biggest mobile gaming for Call of Duty? That is Call of Duty Mobile. It's been 9 seasons and continuing. It is bigger than Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And then if you add in all of that, now you've got exclusivity with the Call of Duty franchise that you can continue to add in to the game that you already own that is massive across the world.
That's a really good point, Pat. It's a really good point, frankly.
And I think we'll end it on that. Good job, Vet. Way to bring it home.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about everyone's favorite Pokemon game, Palworld. All right, Palworld is actually heading to mobile. Oh my god, if this game didn't blow up, it's about to blow up tenfolds even more. The mobile adaptation by Krafton, and Krafton is the publisher behind PUBG, a little game that you guys may have heard of.
I've never heard of it.
Despite ongoing legal issues with Nintendo over alleged patent infringements related to this game called Pokemon, which people are obsessed with, the development of the mobile version is still proceeding. And actually, I got news that Palworld, previously blocked in Japan on PlayStation, thank you, Maker, for breaking this, is actually available in Japan on PlayStation now. So the mobile version promises to retain the fun and unique aspects of the original game, including creature collection, not creature capturing, and survival mechanics. So how big is Palworld about to get? I think it's about to blow up sky high once it hits mobile.
It's going to get huge. And this goes back to proving the point that whether it's for in gaming in general, I've said this before, that I think mobile is the future. We've seen it with Xbox. Look what they're doing, handhelds. That's still mobile gaming, regardless of whether it's in the cloud, it's on your phone, it's on a handheld device. Mobile gaming is going to be the future, whether people like it or not. That's still the biggest area, and it doesn't surprise me that Palworld's moving that way.
Yeah, so Palworld will be moving into the mobile space in the near future, so be sure to watch out for it. And again, I can see the numbers exploding like they did when they first came onto the scene. So kudos for the creators at Pocket Pair, and wish them the best in their court case with Nintendo. Yeah, I guess not much to debate on this one, but check it out. Palworld on mobile, coming soon. I just wanted to talk about that one, and then let's jump into some fun stuff here. Oh, another quick one for everybody, just to let you know, Foam Stars is free to play on PSN, everybody. So get foamy,
Yay.
get foamy with your Foam Stars.
Was it not already?
Yeah, that's literally what the notes of the article say. People are confused because they assumed Foam Stars was already free to play. No, Foam Stars was free to play for the first month that it launched. It's just nobody bothered to try to look it up after the first month it launched, so nobody really knew that it costed any money.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny.
So a
Oh,
little bit
wow.
of a joke on Foam Stars there, but you know, it's not a terrible game. It's literally just trends moving up and down, and all the best to Square Enix. I hope they recover from this. But let's talk about something that is shaping the world in front of us as we know it. Mark Zuckerberg has done something which, honestly, in my opinion, I expected to see out of Apple. Orion is probably going to be the next major platform after phones. Yes, that's right, everybody. Throw your phones in the garbage because they're done. That's old stuff. Listen, you're walking around with a phone, you're going to be a grandpa. That's what you're going to be considered, all right? Meta is the new. It's the way you get that Riz, all right? Tony Stark glasses are in the making. So, listen, guys, it's a pretty cool situation that we have here with Orion's glasses. It's essentially Meta's new augmented reality glasses, which he believes could become the next major computing platform after smartphones. Orion's glasses are described as the first ever full holographic AR glasses, resulting from a decade of research and development. You know what's funny is AI is going to cut all that research and development in half, but moving forward, it hopefully won't take a decade to figure stuff out anymore. Put stuff in glasses. But Zuckerberg envisions these glasses making computing more ambiguous, natural, and social, aiming to eventually release a consumer-friendly version. So I want to open it up to the panel because I know we have lots of thoughts. What do you think about walking around with glasses that are going to be identifying you on the street, which are going to be filming you nonstop? Everything is going to be a camera out of everyone's eyes now. I think this is even taking the next step from phones in our pocket, cameras in our pocket, to on our face. I think it's definitely coming next, but do you think population will adapt it or not?
I'm gonna link a video into chat that was posted on X about two Harvard students showing how these glasses have made doxing simple, and it's almost
I
entirely
watched that
accurate.
video. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
not every person they asked, are you this person with this job who lives in this area, said yes, but almost every person did. In the video, they showed 6, 7 different people. Random is in the street, random is in the substation that they approached. The glasses gave them a quick scan and it showed them LinkedIn profiles, Facebook profiles, and broke down all the data live in front of them. They then approached the stranger and asked if the data was correct. And I don't know if it was literally 9 times out of 10, but 9 times out of 10, go watch the video. It was correct. It was eerily like accurate. And that, yeah, we're living in an era of constant surveillance now. And it's not even just the state that can surveil you. Any old Joe with enough money to buy these bloody glasses can surveil you. Like that's a concern. That's a big concern for me. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm scared, frankly.
I don't know why you're
Going
scared of the
next.
future, but
Okay.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but they can do that already on PC.
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
100%.
I
It's
know they
already
can,
no.
but the
Hold
fact
on.
that someone can put
It's-
on glasses and do
listen.
it anywhere they want.
Listen. First and foremost, it's
I mean,
used
it's
for.
just
First and foremost, it's used for tracking and to identify. Okay, that is for the government purpose. Now they're going to sell it to you. Do you understand? They're going to profit off of that tech now. They're going to sell it to you, and you're going to do it yourself because you're going to look at your neighbor and it's going to go, is like you're going to do it. You're going to do the job for him. We are all going to be wearing those cameras that people think are crazy in the UK. We're all going to be wearing them. But this is nothing new. Of being exposed on camera and not know it and stuff, that came out with the Google glasses. They called those people glass holes. Jeff was one of them. But it's interesting tech. Now, listen, it could be abused. There could be like privacy concerns, but this type of stuff could be revolutionary for like somebody who's looking at gas mains underground. You can have augmented VR where you're walking around and can see where all the pipes are going and all that stuff without you actually digging. Like this kind of stuff could be really cool and revolutionary, but more than likely we're going to be spying on each other. There you go.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you are wearing those glasses and you got your palm ham out and there's a lady standing in front of you, you're gonna get slapped, all right? And you're grabbing and moving your hands and doing movement with your fingers. No, seriously. Seriously though, man, look, you come to Oakland wearing those glasses, you gonna get those snatched off your face. You gonna get robbed. People getting those glasses robbed. They come out here to Oakland.
But you can identify the robbers before they come to you.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The glasses are
Robbers
thick.
can identify people live in the street. Who has a good credit score? Who has a job working as an accountant? He looks fancy. How fancy actually is he? Well, let me just look through these glasses for a real sec. Then you've got all the information about
what
this
you
guy.
have to realize
You
is
can do
all
that on
this
your
tech,
phone already, though.
all this tech is going to end up on a lens. On a lens. Not in the actual bridges and the frames. It's going to be on the lens eventually. And then it's going to be on the lens you put on your eye. And then it'll be you replacing your eye. It's happening. It's coming.
What was the Ubisoft game with the hackers and they were running all over London? This is some watchdog crap right here, dude. Fucking. But you know what? I'm all for upgrades and innovation. This is cool, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Kind of cringy. It's a little cringy. Slow cringy.
I think
a little cringy, man.
I think they solved the issue of laziness one step further. I think they were having issues with everyone having a camera in their pocket but not taking it out. Now everyone's going to be on camera all the time, always visualized.
Pervert's dream. A pervert's dream right here. These glasses right here. A pervert's dream.
Are you telling me you can spot another furry from a mile away?
Lot of upskirt shots going to be uploaded to Pornhub. Yeah, this is bad.
Another concern factor is who's making this. It's Meta. I mean, it's not even a government who's going to have access first off to all of this footage. It's going to be a random corporation who don't have the same responsibilities that a government might have, even though a government would ignore half those responsibilities. But that's not the point, right? A random private company with random Joes looking at these videos are going to have access to feeds all around the world of people, I don't know, putting them on in the bedroom, walking around the trains. Like it's
easier to buy from a private company when you're not doing it yourself.
What I'm getting at, you're not even.
Oh, go ahead, SPG.
Say you're not even going to have to buy special glasses. They're going to be built into the fucking lens eventually. It's going to happen.
It's just right now, mate, we are about to be in such a, and we're already in an incredibly surveilled state. But it's just all these advancements in technology just make it so much more and more. Privacy does not exist.
No. But here's the thing, though. Wilson's got a point, though, that it's a private company. It's Facebook. It's Meta. That we all know how super secure they are as a company. I mean, they're one of the most.
Yeah.
They're one of the most. They're the biggest company in the world that promotes nothing but safety and security. Like I trust everything with it. Says no one. Nobody buys that bullshit. Excuse my language on that one. But nobody's going to believe that they are your safety and security is going to be built around all of this tech. What's going to happen is it's going to be a real life version of the storyline on Watchdog Legions. And I'm not trying to tie it purposely into video games, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Or you're going to have the government's going to get involved and regulate everything, and they're going to dismantle it from within.
Well, listen, everything is going to scan you eventually anyway. You're not going to have sales representatives anymore. You're going to walk in through the door. It's going to scan your face, and
Hey,
a virtual salesman is going to pop
No,
up
no,
and
no,
go, "Hey, Rudigs, remember that last tie you bought? We have another one in purple. Oh, you're not here for
Now-
ties. What do you
And
need,
you'll
buddy?
see it
Oh,
all on your
shit.
lens. It'll
Yeah.
be
Look,
all the information right in front of you.
Now, hear me out. I've been the biggest naysayer on AI and all of that BS. But if they bring me a holographic 3D version of Jaws and I can walk into the Cafe 80s, and get my
Rudigs,
order,
based
I'm
on
all
your
for it.
based on your social score, we recommend this suit.
Yeah, exactly. And people
Now,
are going to
if they're
have
gonna use-
social scores
hold on.
when you walk out there. You're going to be able to see,
Correct.
oh, how high is this person? Like Wilson's saying, credit scores. It'll be an interesting world to live
Now,
in.
if that,
I think
if that,
the main question is, will there be a transition from the black brick in your pocket to something on your
brick
face?
in my pocket. Excuse me?
Do you think
Actually-
people will
Ray's-
drop the
Ray's
phone for
bricking it right
glasses?
now. Ray's bricking it.
I think those who can afford to will if the glasses are
What is a
effective enough, if
dicky
they're efficient
bow?
enough.
What is a dicky bow, Phoenix? I don't even know what that is.
Are you serious?
Dicky bow.
Are you seriously? looking
Oh,
up
like a bow tie. Right? That's like a bow
Yes.
tie. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess that's a British term.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's
it's
a
definitely a
Cockney
thing.
slang thing. I think.
Yeah. No, I actually don't own any bow ties. I do own ties. You know what used to be my play was the skinny tie. The
Hey,
skinny
I
tie
think
was the
you'd
play.
look good in an ascot. You should Google that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump on to a little bit more. AI is taking over the world, and yes, that is an Astrobot background, because who doesn't love Astrobot? Some trends coming up in AI that Wilson was happy to share with me today. Some pretty cool stuff in here I wanted to touch on, and one of them was actually the glasses, which I think people will be transitioning from phones in their pockets to glasses on their face. Generative AI advancement, significant progress in generative AI with new models capable of creating more realistic and complex content. Yes, that's right. You'll no longer be, going to talk to people anymore. You can just populate Discord with your own yes men and bots and chat bots that just talk to you and tell you how great you are.
So what you're saying is
Vet,
they're
don't
gonna
get
take
too
the-
excited on this one.
Wait a minute, we already have Twitter. Isn't this
Let me
Twitter?
finish.
Isn't this X?
No. Let me finish. I've actually got a valid point here. So what you're saying is that the way that they're going to do that is they're going to take the telemarketers, the people that call you on the phone, or when you have to call customer service, like if you have a problem with, I don't know, your computer or whatever, and you listen to a robot, that's going to be the new norm. How everyone hates doing that, that's now going to be everywhere. But it'll sound more realistic. So whereas you would hate listening to, on the phone, you're on the phone calling customer tech support for whatever reason, and you want to, just punch a hole in a wall because you can't stand dealing with robots. Now you won't have that problem because it'll sound realistic because it'll be AI instead.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awful. That is just a terrible idea. Absolutely stupid, terrible idea.
Increased use of AI for personal medicine and predictive diagnosis, improving patient outcomes, as well as expansion of...
Here's my question, though. Here's my question.
Vet, chill. Edge AI growth, expansion of AI applications at Edge, enabling real-time data processing and decision-making in various industries, as well as AI for sustainability. AI technologies will be leveraged to adjust environmental changes and optimization and ethical AI development. Growing analysis, emphasizing on developing ethical AI. Now, all of this just sounds like a big fluff piece on AI is really going to save the world. In my opinion, we are just going to see more curated social engineering when it comes to AI, because so much money is being poured into it. I think we're seeing $6.5 billion in this article, that we're really just going to have certain outcomes with money with this influence. It's not altruistic. So the main takeaway is you just want to be cautious of the AI, what they're saying, because there is a message behind it. And I think that's the big PSA takeaway from this article wanted to pull. Well, now that that is done with, I will be closing it up. I know SPG has got a stream heading out later today, so be sure to check out. What's up?
An inside person just sent me something in my DMs. I can't say a word, but all I got to say is somebody's about to get bought, and I'm shutting up.
Oh, somebody's about to get
That
bought.
is juicy.
What are we saying here? Are we? Should I check the sleeper app? Anyways,
Raise back the brick in it.
let's go over where we can find everybody this week and check them out. So, Wilson, give me a shout out. What have you been up to this week? Where can people find you?
Again, I've just been enjoying celebrating my 5 years with my partner. It's been amazing. I need to seriously start thinking about locking her down.
Oh yeah, I haven't
but
heard how amazing your weekend was.
yeah.
I'll help you with that engagement ring. Remember that.
Oh yeah, there we go. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna be hanging out with the boys in Discord, doing a bit of gaming. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I've got a bit of a dilemma with Dragon Age at the minute, which again, don't even get me started. But I'm gonna be in people's streams, so just come in the Discord, hang out, and see what we're up to.
Wilson, how was Dragon Age?
Awesome. It was awesome.
Awesome, flawsome. So, am I to say that what happens in Dragon Age, is that why you're so adamant on finishing the DLC? It's because it carries over to this brand new one?
Yes. Every single game has been carried over. So like Mass Effect did, Dragon Age has done the same thing. So your decisions in each playthrough of each game, it's an RPG and it varies wildly. It's the same way that BG3 does in terms of all the different decisions you can make, the different endings and whatnot. But this is already, they're onto their 4th game now. That's what's going to be releasing soon. Veilguard is their 4th game in the series. And each game carries on from each other. The DLCs, which I don't bloody have access to on Xbox, they're a big part of the story. They continue. It's basically Dragon Age 1.5 is the DLCs. So yeah, I need to acquire them before I get back onto the second one, and then Inquisition, and then Veilguard. And now I'm just sat twiddling my thumbs until I can afford to buy them again.
Damn.
Torture.
I think you just convinced me not to play Dragon Age, because that is too much to prepare for one
so
game.
you can hop in at any point. You can hop in at any point. Each game will say if you don't have a save, just do you want the default version of how the game's been so far, or do you want to do a custom version? And we'll give you some of the big prominent decisions that's happened in the previous games, and you can and like in a menu when you first start, say, oh, in the previous game, this is what happened at the end of 1. This is what happened at the end of 2. All right, now start my 3rd campaign. But you can pick it up from anywhere. You can pick it up from anywhere. They all play wildly differently as well. They are great standalone pieces. But if you're into that genre, if you're into the IP, then yeah, they are great back to back. Very rewarding to play back to back.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. If it's on GFN. Jim, where can people find you this week? And I can guess where. It's the finals.
Yes. Maybe, but in an hour I'm gonna be playing Russian roulette, so I might not be here next week.
Oh. Definitely call Jem out for lying on the table. All right, and don't forget what SPG said. Apparently, you can move your head out of the way of the gun, so I think that's how he was, dodging all those
you
bullets.
still lose your head, bro.
No, I have a photo of him literally looking into the barrel of the gun as he pulls the trigger.
Oh my gosh. But Maker, you're on Deathin. No worries. I know you got some stuff going on. But SPG, where can people find you this week?
Over at YouTube, man, it's Simply Pwned Gaming. Today, in an hour, I'm going to be playing a new early access title called Liar's Bar. It's a mixture of, it's a bluff game, and you end up shooting yourself. It's going to be great. It's going to be gaslighting galore, much like Among Us, but this time with guns. So it should be fun.
All right, and Mr. Ray, I know you have a sports show coming up. This is your reminder.
Yeah, it's in half-hour sports show right before my man Simply Pwned. It's the sports cast. We're going to be talking about tonight's game, and you can hear all my stats. And the game, I got this new game that I just got off of Steam. It's called Hooker Simulator, and I got a soundbite.
It's all about the dollar, buddy. You pay up, I'll be whatever you want.
And there you go.
Okay. Now, after that soundbite, we have that he left the building. Well, everybody, this has been another exciting episode of The Download. We'll be back next week for more shenanigans. Be kind to each other, and stay chill out there. All right, everybody, I'm out of here.
To believe in me. Why try? Do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me who finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as